Hey guys, I have an exciting review for you today of the Pastor's Bible, verse by verse edition from Holman Handcrafted collection. This is in the CSB. It comes in a two-piece elegant clamshell box with lots of features on the back that we'll get into soon, but here is the Bible. As we look here at the Bible, first impressions of this thing is that it has a very pebbly, coarse grain of black goatskin. I've handled many goatskin Bibles. Crossway usually has a very smooth grain. Skylar often has a very smooth grain as well. There are some Bibles though, not necessarily meaning that they're cheaper, but for example, Crossway's the Heirloom Preaching Bible also has an extremely pebbly grain. A lot of people have loved that edition of the Bible. This one is kind of similar. It has a very grainy, pebbly, just rugged look to this goatskin. I think it looks nice. And we have here, looking at the spine, tooled ridges on the back. You've got your CSB logo, Holy Bible, Christian Standard Bible, and Holman, all put in a gold stamping here on the back. Overall impressions of this Bible initially is, man, this thing is very nice. However, it is very wide as well. And so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the dimensions of this Bible. The overall dimensions are 7 1/4 by about 9 3/4. And so if you actually were to measure the text block of this Bible, it sits about 6 3/4. 6 3/4 by about 9 1/4. And so being a wide margin Bible, it is on the wider side. However, they have placed in here a bit of a larger font, and they've given very generous room on these margins. And so this Bible actually comes out to be a bit wider than even most wide margin Bibles that I've handled from Crossway, which are usually about 6.5 inches long on the text block. This one is just a 1/4 inch longer than even that, at almost 7 inches wide. So it's something to consider when purchasing this Bible. As we open it up here, you can see that it does come with a leather liner, which is probably calfskin. It feels very nice, very smooth, reminds me of the Heirloom Bibles. And we have this gold line on the inside, this gold perimeter line that really just pulls out the black tones and the leather of this Bible, making it look very nice. It is edge lined, and the edge lining is good. It's not too stiff. As we open up the Bible, you can see that it does lay open flat in Genesis. Let's see if we can get it to lay open flat at the beginning of Genesis. So it does lay flat in Genesis. And I believe after a little bit of time, this Bible will break in very well. But as we look here at the layout of the text, this is where this Bible really shines. It is a verse by verse edition Bible with black letter text. But one thing I want to note about this layout is that these pages are thick. These pages are thicker than most Bibles I've handled that are premium edition, and they feel like at least 36 GSM. They might even be a 38 GSM. They just feel that they're very easy to change pages, and they feel durable. I feel like these pages would take ink probably a lot better than a 28 GSM Bible page that is often standard in a lot of premium edition Bibles. Of course, it's verse by verse. The readability is very good. It's very clear. The black text is very consistent throughout. It's easy to find verse numbers, and I like just how simple this Bible is. It has some good margins. I'll show you here the measurement of the margins. It's just about 1 inch on the outer margin and about 3/4 of an inch on the inner margin. So you don't really have much room to write on the inner margin, but you do have an inch on the outer margin, and it is a 9.75 typeface, and so very good readability. I'd say a 10-point font is basically perfect for everything, and so it's very close to a 10-point font. Good margin size, good thickness of paper. As we look here at the art gilding, this is really interesting. It comes with this really dark pink art gilding, and so it's kind of pink under gold, but you can even see the pink just holding it shut right there. It's very dark, and it kind of reminds me of the R.L. Allen ESV1, if you guys are familiar with that Bible. Very nice Bible, but the art gilding is pink and it's dark on the black Bible, and so I enjoy that there. Pages are very opaque, and that is going to be a pro about this Bible. The price point is just about $119. I'll double check that. Yeah, $127 actually. And so for $127, you may actually be able to find it cheaper on Amazon, maybe at just around 100 or just over 100. So it's cheaper than many heirloom or premium edition Bibles, say by Crossway or Schuyler, that are going to put you at about $200. So for half the price, you get a Bible that is printed and bound in China. It's printed in China, and I think part of the Bible is handcrafted and bound here in the States. But for a text block that's printed in China and has kind of a thicker consistency, I think that's a pro of what you're getting out of this Bible, is you're getting a Bible with more durable pages. Of course, when you look at an heirloom edition Bible, say by Crossway, or you're looking at a Schuyler Quintel, it's going to have these 28 GSM, very fine, usually French milled paper. It's going to be extremely smooth like silk. But those pages, in my opinion, are not very durable. They crinkle extremely easily, and they don't take pen or water well. Some people say they do, and they work well with them, but if you look at one of those Bibles after being used for a few years, you get extremely crinkled, and I've had pages that are ripped and teared in heirloom edition Bibles. And so maybe you're looking for something with some thicker, higher quality and density pages. You want a verse-by-verse Bible. You love the CSB. This may be the Bible for you. Just a note about the translation, CSB is what they call an optimal equivalence. Optimal equivalence, as opposed to formal equivalency, is they wanted to keep the readability as high as possible by lowering the grade of the reading level of this Bible. I believe it reads at a 6th grade reading level, so it's much easier to read than, say, the ESV or the NASB. However, they wanted they wanted this Bible to be as accurate as possible while using simple language. So I say it would be something similar to, say, the NIV, but a bit more accurate, and that they wanted something that was very readable. I think the quote online is a Bible for every person. The CSB is a Bible for every person, so everybody can read this Bible, whether you're a child or you're an older man wanting to study the Bible, or a woman. This Bible can be read, and just as I've read through the prophetic books in these CSB Bibles, I've really felt that the scripture comes alive to me in a new way. When you're reading something like the ESV or the NASB or some very formal equivalent text that's very accurate, you can lose some meaning in the text. And especially when reading long narrative sections of scripture, it can be very hard because you'll have to stop. You might have to check something. There might be a measurement or a system or a name that's hard for you to understand, but also the language might be very formal and high language. Language that's found in the King James Version, even language that's found in the ESV is very high and formal sounding, which can work well for memorization. But when reading through and really trying to get the sense of what is God saying here in the Word, I think something like a CSB, which is a newer translation, it's very modern, 2016, has better overall readability. Just a quick word here about the ribbons. They're very nice, black, yellow, and red ribbons here. They're long, they're thick, they're very useful. Kind of reminds me of the German flag with these black, red, and yellow colors here. But they're great ribbons. Overall, this is a great Bible, guys. You may be interested in purchasing it. Like I said, at the price point of just about $100, I think it's a steal. I think you'll really enjoy it. CSB is a wonderful, wonderful translation, and this is a great, solid edition. And so go ahead and hit the like and subscribe. Thank you for tuning into this video today. One more thing before we go. I just wanted to show you here the weight of this Bible, just for reference so you can know. This Bible sits at 2 pounds, 12 ounces, so just under 3 pounds. So the weight here is similar to a study Bible, maybe just a tad bit lighter. So the overall dimensions, it's about 7 by 10, so very large, and on the heavier side. But it's got some thick paper, great art gilding, great opacity, great reading. You'll probably enjoy this Bible. So thank you guys for tuning in. Have a great day.